So yesterday I have told you like to install Visual Studio Code. This is the Visual Studio Code. Let me take a fresh repository. And this is something not related to you, and you can ignore this. Let me take a repository here. Just TF, Terraform. That's it. And I'll open the same. We can open, okay. First, after you install, right? After you install, you can go to Start button, and there you can type Visual Studio Code, and you can open this particular Visual Studio Code. This is the one. If you open, this is how it really looks like. And if you want, you open your project, first create a folder anywhere. For example, you're writing any project or anything. First create the directory, right? Create the folder. For now, I created TF, Terraform, and I go to the file, open the folder, and locate to that and select folder. This is how, if you want to open a fresh project, either it is a Python, Ruby, or anything, PowerShell, or Terraform, anything. First, you can write anything in Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code, you can write any code. This is really meant for the code. Whatever we want to write, we can write here. Whatever the language, irrespective of any language, you can write here. So TF is open, literally TF being created. In TF, what we want to do, right? In TF, first I will create a resource group. First, I will create a resource group. For that, create a folder. New folder. That's it. Make it RG. That's it. Resource group. If you want, you can resource underscore group, resource hyphen group, resource group. It's up to you. RG, whatever the folder name. This is what. If we expand this, RG will appear here. And under RG, there is nothing. Under RG, there is nothing. If you want to write Terraform templates, you have to write in files. It may be a single file in the folder. Let me show you. In this RG, it might be single file or multiple files, but file should have the extension of .tf. If it is text file, for example, let me create one text file. What happens? That will have an extension of txt, right? Properties. See, .txt is an extension, type, file type, simple, type of the file, right? So if it is Terraform, you have to create .tf file. For that, you can go here, right click on the folder, wherever you want to create a folder, right click on the folder, new file, click new file. And let me, for now, I'll create everything in one particular file, main.tf. Main.tf. See, symbol also, if you see the symbol, it's coming, right? Main.tf. Enter. That's it. If you want to write something, you can write here. You can write here. Before to this is what the basic, right? Before to this, if you want to write Terraform using Visual Studio Code, you need to install few extensions. Let me tell you what those are. Click on this. Before you write the Terraform templates, you should be enable the extensions. First, click on this extension button. Before you write, you need to do this. Click on this extension button, and you can type like Terraform Azure autocomplete. Let it be. So whatever I installed, I'll tell you. So if you type Terraform Azure autocomplete, you can first thing will come Terraform Azure autocomplete from this guy, right? So install this. How to install that? Let me expand this. If you find any such one, I'll let you know how to install. But bear with me, literally, my code is overloaded. I need to refresh my operating system since more than a year I'm using in the same way. So it's literally. Okay. First one, Terraform Azure autocomplete. Click on that. Install button will come here. Because I installed, I'm getting an uninstall button. Click on the install. And other thing you have to install is this one. No, this one install it, but literally not needed. No, install it. This one also from this guy, right? So you can click on install button. So you can see this is how you can really recognize. Below author name is the author, and you can install this. And apart from that, HashiCorp Terraform, official Terraform extension from HashiCorp. Install it, right? And Microsoft, Azure Terraform from Microsoft, different path, right? Microsoft can give, HashiCorp can give, and other people, third-party people can give. So we will install all those. Install this, and this is for the AWS. I don't want. I think I install this also, but don't install this. Let me uninstall. Why? That is for AWS, intended for AWS. Okay, so that's really enough. That's really enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. You no need to install anything literally. That's enough. Now your extension installation is done. Close this. After you've done this, after you install all this 4, just close this. Go to click on the file, then you go to the path, right? File path. This is what our main.tf. And here, second thing is really pending. Second thing, yesterday we installed Azure CLI also. Azure CLI, Visual Studio Code, and Terraform. Terraform anyway we tested yesterday itself. It is working in any directory. That's first and foremost. After Terraform, we installed Visual Studio Code. In Visual Studio Code, we have to install the required extensions, Azure Terraform Autocomplete. And now you installed AZCLI, and yesterday we checked AZCLI also working. So in this Visual Studio Code, click on the terminal, click on terminal, new terminal, click new terminal. A terminal will come, command line will come in Visual Studio Code itself below. Let that load. Yeah. Now, just check whether Terraform is working or not. Terraform version. Let's see, Terraform is working. Yes, it is working perfectly. AZCLI working or not? AZ version. AZ will take some time, but yeah. So even AZCLI working fine. Now, what we need to do is Terraform is fine, AZCLI is fine, but here we write the code, whatever the code. Okay, let me first write the code and I'll tell you. Now our intention is to write a code for resource group. Yesterday we clearly looked into that. If someone remember how to create a resource using resource, we have to start with a string resource. Resource. See, after I enter, let me show you again. But system is slow, that's why it is not accurate to visible. So yeah, start with resource and select this. Somehow it is literally. Just a moment, let me type it. RESOUR, but this is not the case for your situation, right? It is automatically populating, right? As soon as I type resource. So select first one, and it will take you to the block. I don't know what happening. Control space. Select this. Yes. As soon as I select, it given me some syntax. Resource space double quotes space in double quotes. It's asking a name and it begin the block and end the block. Here, what we write, it's showing AWS because in alpha AWS comes first, right? So now Azure Azure RM. See, now Azure RM is coming. Azure RM underscore. What we want to create is resource group. RESOUR resource group. Just select this. Simple. Just select this. Azure RM resource group and give a name for the block. What I give for now is RG is enough. And inside this particular block, we have to give some settings. Those are, if you press control space, then options will be appear. Intelligence will work, right? So if I type name will be appeared. But this thing is slow, but name is equals to whatever the name that you want to give, like RG 01. And next one is location. Location equals to in double quotes West Europe. That's it. Name and location. Let me save it. That's it. I saved. Now I'm in a position to create a resource group in Azure. But are we really mentioned anywhere that I need to go to my subscription and deploy? No, we really not mentioned that so far. How Visual Studio Code knows, or how the system knows where to deploy, where to authenticate, right? It's a matter of username and password. We need to enter our username and password, then only it will deploy in our environment. Otherwise, it's unknown. So to do that, what we do is, that's why we installed AZ CLI. AZ login, just like Connect AZ account, in PowerShell. AZ login is in Azure CLI. Enter it. Just click below AZ login and enter it. So this is the barrier, right? This is the thing that you actually authenticate to Microsoft. Actually, it is auto logged in because my credentials are saved. So now it is logged in. That's it. If I want to see where I am, because I'm having two different subscriptions, even in PowerShell, I shown you how to check that, right? So AZ CLI is like, it start with AZ only, AZ account, AZ account, show, AZ account, show. If I give this, it will show me my account. Wherever I authenticated, it will show me the account. That's it. So let me show you. See, as soon as I give AZ account show, it is given dev. It's showing me I'm in dev subscription. That's what, that's how you can authenticate to the Azure environment using AZ CLI. There is a link that if you able to connect with Azure CLI, Terraform is automatically able to connect to your environment. Whatever the account resides in this particular subscription, Terraform will deploy. So that's what I told. You have to install Azure CLI first, right? So let me do. Our code is done. Our code is done for the resource group, and we also connected to our environment. Let us test whether it is working properly or not. Before doing that, you should be in a position to move to the directory, required directory. Now we are in TF, D, workplace, TF. Now let me move to RG, because you should be in that position. You should be in that directory, CD, RG. Now, yeah, we move to that directory. Let me CLS, clear the screen. Now the command is terraform init. Terraform init is a first command. Just enter it. Oh, one thing is missing. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Let's see the error and we get that. That's okay. In plan, we'll definitely get it. So what happening here? It is able to identify we are writing some Azure Terraform code, and it is able to download HashiCorp Azure RM version, isn't it? HashiCorp Azure RM version. It is able to install. And now let me do that. This is what init will get sufficient packages. That's it. So Terraform plan. Enter. We'll get an error. I'll show you. See, insufficient feature block, right? There should be a feature. So what we need is, we literally need to mention the provider in our code. In our code, we literally needed to mention explicitly, we need to mention the code, provider in our code. So provider, yeah, provider block, just enter there and mention the provider. See, auto populated Azure RM, select that and features. Actually, if you see below, that's what their feature block are required. There is no feature. That's what we are doing. In provider, we need to mention the features. That's it. Features block. That's it. It's an empty block. You don't need to give anything. Okay. Now let me save and run again. Terraform, plan. See, it's showing one resource will be added, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. This is the actual behavior. So Terraform will show us, and it is literally not created anything in our environment. If we go in our environment, there won't be any resource group created. It is just doing a dry run of your code. Whatever you written, right? Whatever you written, and it will analyze and it will tell you how many will be added, how many resources will be added, how many change, how many destroy. If I do, like if I copy paste this again, Control C, Control V, but block name should not be the same. Make sure. Block name should not be the same. Also resource group, I'll give RG02, save it, and let me run again. I just want to show different plan. Terraform plan. Now, two resources are getting added, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. That's it. To add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. This is what the intelligence, right? So if you go to the portal, nothing will be added. This is just dry run on your code. Whatever you wrote will be a dry run. Let us apply it. Next command is Terraform apply. Enter. Yeah, this is final chance. Before you deploy, it will ask, do you want to do this action? I'm going to add 2, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. Destroy means delete. It is deleting 0, changing 0, and adding 2 resources. So do you want to proceed or not? Additional chance for us. It is asking, are you really want to deploy this or not? Yes, I wanted it because only addition, I no need to worry. That will deploy 2 different resources, resource group in portal. That's it, done. Both created, and it is given me the ID as well. This is the resource group ID. RG02 and RG01 is an ID. These two are created. And if you go to the portal, refresh multiple times, you can see the resource group. Yeah, these are the 2 different resource groups. And one more thing, you might feel, no, it is really difficult to remember this syntax. Is there a way that I can literally avoid this particular confusion? I don't remember what to enter where, and syntax. So far, I'm really not adjusted to the syntax. No issue. Why? Because let me tell you. Go to the Google and search for resource group. How we search? Azure Terraform resource group. That's it. Literally, that's it. And first and foremost is terraform.io. Click on that. It will show you this is what. Are we really entered anything more than this? Copy paste this, change your things, whatever the block name, whatever the resource group name, wherever you want to deploy. And much more details will be possible. Location, he'll explain. This is required parameter, and this is tax is optional. If you want tax, just add tax below to this. And that's it. Literally, that's it. There is nothing. Whoever in the world, if they need to create a resource group, this is what. If they know, this is what. That's what I told. It's literally easy. Copy, paste. For example, let us go little beyond, right? So for now, what we take, storage account, for example, or virtual network, anything. Yeah, let us go for VNet. First one, terraform.io. Click on that. See, are we really doing anything? No. Let me copy paste and explain you. If you have intelligence, the Visual Studio Code intelligence, you can literally do resource, Azure RM virtual network, Azure RM resource group, Azure RM network security group, etc., etc. Or if you simply type in the Google, copy from terraform.io, paste it, run it. That's what you'll get. And now let me create another folder under TF. Now VNet, new folder VNet. That's it. In VNet, I'll create, minimize this. In VNet, I will create a file, new file, main.tf. Paste it. Okay. Now, see, let me explain you all this. First block we know already. This is for resource group. This is, I mean, we selected name is equals to so and so. Let us give our own resource group. RG03, for example. And West Europe. This is the resource group code. Once this is done, I'm doing another resource, network security group, creating a network security group. The mandatory properties are name, location, resource group. But here you have to understand very, very, very important thing. We are not mentioning the location again, West Europe. We are not mentioning resource group again, right? RG03. We no need to, because we can do reference. We can do reference. How we can do the reference is, if you want the location already given here in the resource group. Why I need to give again and again? For that, what I do is location equals to Azure RM resource group. This is what? Azure RM resource group dot example dot location. This is what the property. Dot location. And same way, Azure RM resource group dot example dot name, this one. So I'm just referencing. One use by doing this is Terraform, what exactly it does. For example, you're creating resource group and network security group only. Whatever below, delete it, leave it. Whatever below, delete and leave it. What happens is Terraform will try to deploy parallelly. At a time, it tries to create the resource group. At a time, it tries to create network security group. First, that particular second, resource group starts creating. At the same time, network security group is starting creating, right? But network security group is unable to find the resource group because resource group is not available. If you are not referencing, that is what it is going to happen. It will literally not wait for the resource group to be available if you are not reference. If you reference, what happens is first this Terraform will identify and this will create this resource group and then it will create network security group. That is what the benefit of referencing a resource. I hope you clear. If some doubt, please don't park that. Ask anytime, please, because Terraform is really important for your career. Okay. So this is what you will reference it. Benefit is whatever the first needs to be deployed, it will deploy, and whatever next it will be deployed according to the order. Terraform will place in an order based on how you code. Simple. So now first resource group will be deployed, next network security group will be deployed with this particular name, and in this resource group location and name. And let me pull down a little bit. Next, it is creating DDoS protection. So in the same resource group and location. And next, it is creating virtual network. This is what resource Azure RM virtual network and the block name. This is the virtual network name. And in this particular location and name, address space is 10.0.0.0/16. And these are the DNS servers. These are the subnets. There are two different subnets if you see. We are creating two different subnets. And this is the DDoS protection which we are attaching to this particular virtual network. Oh, three subnets actually. Three subnets and some tags. That's it. If I save this and change the directory, please remember, now we are in RG resource, RG directory. You have to change it. CD CD VNet. You have to switch your directory. Now Terraform in it. Now one more thing is missed. If you see, one particular property is missed in this particular code. Can someone recognize what is the difference between RG and this particular one? Anyone? One thing we missed. No one is able to recollect? No, are we following? I don't get it really. There is one property which I wrote to run the resource group. Even to create the resource group, there is additional configuration that we made in this particular resource group. Without that, it's given us an error. If you remember, there is an error, right? Provider block. We should mention the provider block to create the resources. So copy paste that. This is must and should. Provider is must and should. Otherwise, we'll get an error. Okay, now let me do Terraform init. So before you plan, you have to do init. First and foremost thing, you will do Terraform init. It will install required packages. Done. And Terraform plan. This is the dry run of your code. Whatever you wrote here, that's a dry run on your code, and it will analyze how many resources will be created or destroyed or changed, anything. I will show you in next example. I'll show you how the different situation like deletion, different situation like modification, both will see. I don't know, it's taking too much time. Why? Visual Studio Code is literally taking too much time these days. For me, for you, it's not an issue. Let me go to CMD. Even from CMD, I can. Done. Okay. Let me go to that directory, or we can use this CMD. If you don't like, you can close this and use CMD. Use this an editor, and to run, you can come here. It's up to you 100%. But for you, both will work in Terminal and Visual Studio Code. For me, Visual Studio Code is taking some time. That's why I'm coming and running here. So let me go to the directory. It's like cd dot and d ind cd workplace, and now tf, it seems. Yeah, in tf cd vnet. This is what I'm in the vnet. Terraform init is, and see how fast it is. Terraform plan. So it ran 4 resources being created. Let me show you what exactly creating there. So everything is create. You can see one thing: 4 add, 0 change, 0 destroy, and If you go here, first one is DDoS protection plan is creating in this particular resource group and in this location. And network security group is getting created in this RG and location. Next, resource group is getting created in this location with this name of resource group. And finally, virtual network. And finally, virtual network. This virtual network having the configurations of three different subnets. If I have with this DDoS protection plan. But as I told, DDoS protection plan is costly. Using Azure policies, I have disabled creation of the DDoS protection in my environment. For you, you can run as it is, or even you can delete the DDoS protection. It's up to you. I'm just deleting the DDoS again, alone. And I use the DDoS protection reference here. Delete this. These are the optional blocks. You can delete it. Yeah. Now, Control S. Come here. Terraform plan. Three resources are getting created. Now there is no DDoS, only energy, resource group, and virtual network with three different subnets. Let us create that. Terraform, apply, enter. This will give us one more chance to validate. Whatever you are deploying there, this will give one more chance. You have to enter yes or no. You have to enter yes or no. The last chance. If you miss here, whatever you literally able to whatever it is showing here, additions, changes, and destroys will happen. If you pass this checkbox, that's it. Nothing in your hand. That will be deployed or destroyed or changed. That's why I'm saying verify the plan thoroughly. You have to verify the plan thoroughly. And one more thing, as I told, the benefit of giving the references. See, first it is creating the resource group. Once the resource group completed, then only it is coming for the network security group. If network security group is completed, then only it is coming from the virtual network. That's what the beauty. That's it, done. VNet created total, 3 resource been added. You can check in the portal. RG03. There will be a NSG, but refresh it, it will come. Yeah. Network, virtual network. And subnets. 3 different subnets. This is what we decided. And we assigned one subnet NSG. Let me show you. These associations are also very easy with Terraform. See, on the third subnet, security group equals to network security group dot example dot ID. Whatever we are creating here, network Azure RM network security group dot example dot ID. We have to reference this with ID, and we are giving to the third subnet. That's how. Integrations are also very easy. You can, if you want to create some resource with specific configurations, it's literally easy because everything you are creating in one place, you can reference it as per your requirement. Simple. And now this is what. And if you want to create subnets as a separate resource, even that is possible. Along with the VNet, you can create, but even outside the VNet, also you can create subnet. For example, let me delete this. Even DNS configuration. Okay. Control S. Now we are creating, and also, yeah. Reference is gone, right? Yeah. A resource group, network security group, and virtual network. These three. If I do plan now, what happens? I literally modified the code, right? So let me do a plan. So what it's showing? So it is showing that it will, but no changes. Are we not saved the file? We saved it. VNet. No, security group, resource group, VNet. Somehow it is not getting saved, it seems. Okay, leave it. Okay. Okay, now let me try to change some settings here. For example, what we change? If I change network security group name, okay. I'm just changing. I wanted, someone asked me to change the name of the network security group, and let me try that. I just mentioned two. Saved it. If there is no changes, it's like this. No changes, your infrastructure matching the configuration. Plan. Subnet. What happened? Oh, why it is gone? Subnet. Plan. So see what's happening, what's really happening with this. If I change the name of the NSE network security group, this is what the change. This name is getting changed to this name. This is what the beauty of the plan. You can literally understand, it will show you what is deleting, what is creating, what is recreating, right? And what is modifying. This particular block, if you see, there is different sign, minus and plus. Minus and plus means destroy and then the replacement. In Azure, there is no name change at all. You can't rename any resource. If you want to rename, you have to delete it and create it. That's what even Terraform follows, right? So this will be replaced. This resource will be destroyed and will be created with this particular name. So this particular property is forcing the replacement. You can understand which property is forcing the replacement, right? So, and you can see literally. So, what exactly modifying we are doing here? In subnet 3, we literally mentioning what security group will be created, right? Even that will be impacted. That security group also will be impacted by this particular change, by this particular replacement. And this is the problem. If you touch one subnet, it literally touches all other subnets. That's why I don't like this configuration, this way of configuration. So let me do one thing. Generally, people will not do like this. How they do is, let me show you now. A perfect way of creating the VNet and subnet in Azure with Terraform. VNet 2. It will disturb literally. If you touch one subnet, it will touch all the subnets. So this is not the way of deployment even. Because it is available in the Terraform, we copied. So let me tell you. For that, what we have to type is subnet. Subnet. And Azure RM subnet first one. So take that and copy this. I'll explain you what happening here. We need to create a file. Main.tf. Paste it here. And each and every time, please do not forget to copy the provider. Okay. Provider. And we are creating a resource group here, virtual network, and you can feel the difference. Now I'm creating only virtual network. I'm not creating virtual network inside, I'm not creating subnet inside virtual network because that is not needed for me, right? That is really not needed for me. And delegation, everything we can see it later because this is optional. Simplest way to create a VNet, a subnet inside VNet. We are creating in this particular VNet only, but according to, this thing missed. Yeah. According to Terraform, these are two different resources. These are two different resources. One is VNet, another is subnet, but in the same VNet, because we are doing here Azure RM virtual network dot example dot name. We are creating inside that VNet. Now cd dot dot, we have to change the directory. Please remember Terraform init. We are simply copying and pasting and testing. Okay, so Terraform plan. I'm just deleting it because while applying IP overlap will happen. Anyhow, I don't need because I'm dealing with this particular module, new one, VNet 2. Taking too much time. Yeah. So 3 are getting deployed. One is a resource group, another one is a subnet in this particular VNet, and this is the VNet finally. Now let me apply it. Terraform apply. If you are very sure about the above plan, what you can do is auto approve. If you give this, it will not ask yes or no. It will literally not ask yes or no. You don't need to give, confirmation will not be there. So please do not give initial phase. Later, if you got some experience in Terraform, you can give auto approve. right? So if there are any mistakes, it will not allow you, I mean, it will not give you last chance. Please do not miss that last chance, initial stages at least. So see, it is showing now 3 to add. So 0 to change, 0 to destroy, and it is applying as well. So completed. Same you can see here. Example resources, under which you will see a VNet. In this VNet, there will be a subnet, right? If I want additional one more subnet, if I want additional one more subnet, what I literally do is I copy this, copy, and I will paste it. I will change the block name. I will change the subnet name. I will change example 2, for example, and example subnet 2. And this is also 2. Yeah, done. 3 places I have changed. I have changed the block name. I have changed the name of the subnet. I have changed the address prefix. Save. And the beauty of Terraform is I added literally only one additional thing. Now it will show me like only one new thing will be added. It's not going to show entire stuff will add again. No, because it is storing in Terraform configuration whatever it is deployed earlier, it knows, right? It really knows. That's what to create, 1 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy, because it remembers last time what it has deployed. It remembers last time what it has deployed, and I'm deploying it. So only whatever new delta in the sense whatever new small thing that will be applied, it will not apply entire code. It will remember what it deployed last time. Please listen again. It will remember what it has deployed, even entire lifetime. It remembers and it stores somewhere in the repository. So in this particular VNet 2, right? There will be a state file. In this state file, it remembers, it stores what it has deployed earlier, right? It will compare with the state file. Whatever the new code will be compared with the state file, and it will identify, okay, only this one particular resource needs to be applied. I will apply only that particular resource. Now, okay. Now, if we do Terraform plan, if everything is green, we are not changed anything. Now it has to say no changes, infrastructure is up to date. No changes, infrastructure is up to date. That you have to receive. See, no changes, your infrastructure matches the configuration. Whatever the configuration inside the state file, right? And that matching the infrastructure code which you written. So both are matching. So no changes, nothing doing. Now, let me show you removal or modification. For example, I commented this or I deleted this. Press Control ? how many lines you selected, that many lines will be commented. Control plus question mark and save it. Now let's try. I removed one particular subnet literally. Let's see what happens. It has to recognize you have deleted some code and you are, that will be deleted in the portal as well. If you delete here, same thing will be deleted from the portal, right? So it is saying this will be destroyed. 0 to add, 0 to change, 1 to destroy. That is subnet 1. We literally commented that. Commenting is nothing but deletion. Commenting is nothing but deletion. That's why it is able to. Right? This is what the destroying of the resources. If I apply, this particular subnet will be deleted from portal also. Simple thing. If you bring this back, try to understand. If you bring this back, save it, press control question mark, save it, and plan again. Let's see what happens. Again, it will show no changes, infrastructure is clean. So this is how we found if you want to delete something from the portal, first delete from the code, and automatically as soon as you apply the Terraform code, Terraform apply, so that will be gone, that will be deleted. Now see, if code back, it is saying it is saying no changes at all. Your infrastructure is up to date. So for example, let me try to change this to 3. Save. Terraform plan. See, now it's a change. It's not destroy. You're removing this IP from this particular subnet. You're adding this. How simple it is. Are we able to do that in the portal? In the portal, you have to click this add, remove that. That will take literally some time. What if there are multiple subnets, if you need to modify it, right? So for us, just we remove that, add it, plan, apply. That's it. If I apply now, this will be applied. So now it is not, the message is not like infrastructure is up to date, right? There are some changes. What is the changes? 0 to add, 1 to change, 0 to destroy. So now here, 1 change. This is what the different scenarios like addition visa. If you add new code, addition will be shown here. If you modify something of some resource configuration, then this will come into the change. If you delete the code, right, then it will come here, destroy. Fourth category, if you changed any mandatory configuration that lead to the destroy and recreate, right, that lead to the destroy and recreate, we see that. So for example, let me hit the Control Z. And the subnet, I changed the name. See now, it is not change, 0 change, but It is actually destroying first and recreating. Scenario 4. First scenario, addition. Second scenario, change the configuration. Third scenario, if you delete the entire block, it will destroy. Fourth scenario, if you modify the resource which leads to the recreation, try to understand, which leads to the recreation, that is addition as well as the destroy, plus and minus. That will have plus and minus. So if I apply, this will delete this subnet, recreate the subnet with this particular name. That's what. So is it clear today? And we need to follow. Seriously, this is really important. So make sure you follow the same on the same day. Otherwise, it will be difficult. So I hope you will cover this thing today, and tomorrow you will be in track. So please be interactive. So it's just for you only, not for me. So, okay. Yeah. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.